The man was bored, so he took a dagger and went out to play. As a result, he punched a hole in the boat. Afraid of being discovered by others, he quickly used his foot to block it. Just then, an enemy ship passed by. They quickly disguised themselves as local fishermen, but the other side insisted on checking their ship. Now this black guy panicked and stopped. He picked up the worm and began to worm the bait. But because my hands are so shaky, I flew straight onto the enemy's helmet. When he took it down and looked at it, it looked quite professional. Next is the turn of the only girl on the remade ship. Remade quickly picked up the fishing rod and pretended to be fishing. But when she threw the fishing line into the sea, then throw away the fishing rod too. Roma's head suddenly jumped and argued that this is essentially a mirror 8x to observe the situation. The man saw the fisherman. These people are so professional, so definitely no problem. And so he returned to the ship and attempted to leave. But wait for him to come back again. But when I turned around, I saw Roma took her back to the women's bathroom. That's a girl pretending to be a boy. Quickly kill them for me. The enemy immediately pointed their guns at their boat. The guys on the Tupper team, he also immediately pulled out his weapon and counterattacked. Because the enemy's weapons are too advanced, so Tupper can only enter teammates who go first. I will stay and hold them off. Reminders, and the others unceremoniously jump down, make them escape. At this time, Tupper took out the M249 gun, aim straight at the enemy, and fire continuously. I don't know how many bullets this gun has, but I kept seeing bullets falling down. Can't count. After just a moment, the place where the bullets were fired from Ray created a mountain. The enemies also lined up one after another. One by one, they were shot down into the sea, and then Tupper shot it all without any bullets left. The other person burst out laughing and secretly rejoiced. Unexpectedly, Tupper has not yet given up. He immediately took out a grenade, threw it straight into Old Man Kia's mouth. With a loud bang, all enemies must log out of the server. Tupper was also blown up like a balloon by the explosion. But the main character usually has his own GPS. He put his head down on the ground next to his teammates. Everyone sees that. Then quickly pulled him out of the field. Ramada sees Tupper injured. Should be torn immediately. Cloth from my shirt to bandage your wound. Teammates were dumbfounded at this scene. But action is the opposite. Robin Hood immediately said he was also injured. Ramada tore another piece of cloth and gave it to him. Seeing that, Williams also had to take advantage of the opportunity. If you are not injured, bite your finger until it bleeds. Ramada doesn't know what to do, so continue tearing off the sleeves, the curtain to bandage the wound. Please allow me to close here. Then they went to the enemy base. Robin Wu took Rie something, but until now I still don't know what it is. He knocked on the enemy's door a few times and said, "Or it's dinner time, let's go eat." Wait until the object goes out. Then Robin Wu shot out a boxing glove and let that guy fall back inside. Ramada at the same time. The aiming position for the gun has also been set. Sniper. Her gun did not fire bullets, but fired wooden hammers. Then Rome gave us a secret signal. After receiving the signal, Tupper takes Ara a box, which contains different types of shooting arrowheads. When you see an enemy, go out to Scout and Tupper. Quickly hand Duong bow and shoot. However, this person accidentally dodged it. I don't believe he won't shoot you. Tupper doesn't give up. He continued to shoot arrows, but Kier still dodged. Archery techniques. This name doesn't seem very good, right? Tupper fired another shot. But coincidence. How could he shoot at the exact moment the enemy crouched down? But he still wanted to shoot one more shot. As a result, there are no more arrows left. It's over, and that's it. At this moment, the soldier turned around and was shocked. Realized that someone was trying to hunt him. So close to me. He quickly grabbed the magazine from behind and put it on the gun. Everyone, don't underestimate this rooster, because soon it will become a chicken. Murder the quick-witted author. Take this 4-pound chicken as an arrow instead. The rooster crowed, then flew straight to the soldier opposite. Then the group went to where the hostages were being held. See the set of keys on the table. Tupper wants to use a hook to steal. But I don't understand the eyes and
Why
nose.
not poke
the sleeping guard in the face? The tapper realigned the corner and poked again, but only changed from poking eyes to poking ears. Fortunately, this guard was dreaming. I dreamed of having a beautiful woman serving me, so I couldn't wake up right away. His face was so itchy that he hit Cho Tupper. It's true that being beaten makes men real smart. He successfully got the key boss. But when he threw the key away, he couldn't throw it. Frank could only crawl out of the cage to get the key, then return to open the door. Looks a bit stupid, but everything must have an order, but it should be ignored. Moments later, the guard was awakened by a mouse. Frank saw that and quickly ran to pick up the weapon. There was a gun on the table that he didn't use. Go get the mosquito swatter. But the mosquito swatter also has its own dignity, small but mighty. Frank used the racket to hit the guard, but accidentally hit the warning switch on the wall. The enemy heard the bell ringing, so they rushed in. Frank was smart at this time and went out to hold Theo's gun. With just one shot, makes the enemy stuck to the wall. Then they rescued all the hostages here. Ramada also had to drag Theo, an injured hostage, walking and fighting. Then suddenly I knew I was sad. Tupper took the M249 treasures, come out and start bombardment. This time under Tupper's gun barrel. One enemy survived. Counter in the left corner of the screen was recording the number of people who had been shot and killed. One enemy after another fell down. After just a few moments, the corpses had piled up into a mini mountain. There are also names. Min went so far as to wear a target so he could shoot easier. At this time, Tupper's gun ran out of bullets for some reason. Tupper conveniently picked up the bullet casing and threw it. When they go out, they're so stupid. They also cooperated and fell to the ground. And the war on Ramada's side was also very fierce, with his top shooting skills. Then she wouldn't let anyone survive. There were also other people trying to stand up, but ended up lying down. They then rushed to the place where the hostages were being held, next to rescue them. But on the way, someone kept throwing it. Good. Final. Teammates quietly moved the gun barrel position for them. The bullet shell hit straight into the sky. Fell straight down right there. And so 2 innocent soldiers were flown 200 meters away. It's too bad that there's someone blocking the way on the ground right now, so they can only choose to travel by water. But halfway, on the way, they discovered another enemy ship. Suddenly, Romario's stomach hurt so much that he passed out. Bubbles also appear because of that. The stench of a self-destructing napalm bomb rises to the surface along with Bubbles after smelling this special HOA perfume. Then the soldiers on the ship fell into the sea one by one because of smell shock. Not long after, they finally arrived at the place where the hostages were being rescued. Captured soldiers from Operation Desert Storm. But Tupper has just entered Satan's palace. Then I saw him standing there waiting for me. The man had just arrived at the enemy's lair. The enemy pointed a gun straight at him. But right after that, Satan quickly pulled a sword from the wall. Tapper also reaches out for a sword. After that, the two began to compete in swordsmanship to see who was better than Satan's pet dog also barks incessantly, as if adding drama to the match. Tapper swung his sword and chopped the candle. I didn't expect the candle. That's no wonder the sword broke. The unarmed Tapper can only hastily flee. At a critical moment, President Benson appeared majestically. But I'm planning on playing a trick to make it look cool. Then Satan Cho flew straight into the furnace. But I can only play there for 2 seconds. 2 seconds later, Benson stepped out again. He had a scratch. Turns out his clothes were made of material, especially this small basic fire. Could not harm even a single hair of his hair. Benson gets into the Tupper and goes to rescue the hostages. As for me, I will stay to fight privately with Satan. Later, the two began attacking each with a sword. Looks no different. Then your light stick goes to the concert. Suddenly, Benson was bitten by Satan's dog Cho. Thanks to that fall, Benson conveniently took Tay to get the blower. Shaped for Satan. Then he took the iron bar again, poked the stove into the fire, and then hit Benson straight in the face. The iron bar is deformed, but Benson's one scratch is so ghostly. Next, Benson picked up a nearby fire extinguisher. Just frantically sprayed directly at both owner and dog. Soon, but both of those flavors turn into frozen ice cream. Benson walked over and gave it a gentle push. The sword immediately broke into many pieces. And here Tupper also found Dexter the hostage, Ramada's husband. But Dexter says he can't go with Tupper. The reason turned out to be due to his shoes were tied together. There is no other way. Tupper could only carry Dexter to thank Tupper. Dexter insisted on taking pictures of Cho, Tupper, and Ramada. He kept stepping back to find the right angle. Cho's photo was not criticized for being a bad photo. But keep going back. Should be Dexter. Fell off a cliff thousands of meters high. This time Benson also turned around but was followed by a cannonball. Turns out Ray eyes after. Satan is broken into many pieces. He is not dead yet. Satan slowly melts thanks to the heat of the furnace. Finally, it is restored to its original shape. When he arrived, there was Tupper's group, just got on the plane and left. Satan's people want to shoot down the plane with cannonballs, but he stopped him. Satan said that he would be the one to personally take action. Simultaneously, the plane is also at risk of overturning due to overload. The pilot asked them to throw things out of the plane to reduce weight. And so, Rambo and Tupper had to throw the piano out. At that moment, Saddam also ran back to shoot down the plane. Unexpectedly, the instrument flew straight at him. The outcome is anyone's guess. Only broken flesh and broken bones. The last part of the movie, Tupper and Ramada left here by plane. From then on, live a happy life. Don't worry or think.